Hey, welcome back, guys. Raising Kanan's 9th episode was a bombshell, to say the least. We're headed towards a crazy finale now that all the cards on the table. Well, almost all the cards. And every move has been exposed, both murderous and otherwise. I'm here to break it all down in typical Top 10 WTF fashion. Before we begin, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and bell notification to immediately receive these videos. Also, big thank you to all of my channel donors. If you'd like to be the next one, drop $1 on that Cash App for us. And lastly, a spoiler alert is now in effect for all things Power. Here we go. WTF moment number 10. Let the chopper sing. Marvin kicks off this penultimate episode with a blast, literally. The elder Thomas catches Unique slipping with his son out in the open and proceeds to light up everyone in sight. The only problem, however, is that Neek's ride is bulletproof, a smart buffer to have when you move as dangerous as he does. WTF moment number 9, unmoved. Marvin, in the aftermath of the Unique hit, turns his vengeful sights to Lil Rob, his henchman, driver, and snitch against his beloved nephew. Rob pleads for his life to no avail, and Marvin sends him home to his maker in shambles. Then, he wisely incinerates the scene, concealing all evidence by fire. WTF moment number 8, hospital hit. Howard notices some undesirable characters entering the hospital where Lulu is staying. The two unnamed men infiltrate the facility disguised as employees and nearly pull off the attempt. However, to their surprise, Lulu is nowhere to be found. Howard subsequently foils their scheme and has them arrested, later identifying them as Neek's soldiers to rock. WTF moment number 7, a family like ours. Nicole's distraught mother confronts Burke regarding Jukebox's release from police custody. She seeks justice for Nicole's tragic death, even berating her husband during the emotional display. Then, she threatens to involve her powerful associates that won't take kindly to a white child losing her life by a black child's hand and influence. This is something that I pointed out previously following Nicole's demise. Those powerful people will almost surely work in the political arena, and y'all know the rest. WTF moment number 6, wet the fuck up. Howard meets with Rock in the aftermath of Lou's assassination attempt. He continues to force a meeting with Kanan, something Rock is staunchly against. She apprehensively agrees in exchange for a lifetime criminal pass on his behalf. Howard then further threatens the matriarch, claiming again that he'll kill anyone not named Kanan during the meetup. WTF moment number 5, partners no more. Howard meets with Burke to apologize for his shortcomings in their professional partnership. However, she reveals that she's been conducting an independent investigation into Jukebox, Kanan, and the deadly crack. Howard is livid upon finding out, understanding what's at stake if Kanan goes down prematurely. He then severs ties with Burke upon further inquiries by the latter, storming off more desperate than ever before. WTF moment number 4, domestic disturbance. In one of this season's most heartbreaking scenes, Marvin confronts Jukebox about her sexuality. He overwhelmingly disrespects the only woman his daughter ever loved, causing her to spit in his face as a result. That action led to a violent back and forth, with the father-daughter tandem releasing their pent-up rage and resentment towards one another. Afterwards, Marvin emotionally calls for Juke, his face smeared with anguish and regret for his foolish reaction. WTF moment number 3, war on the horizon. Unique gives a rousing speech to his newly formed collective, galvanizing his troops for the coming eradication of Rock and the Thomas family at large. Neek's presentation is cross-referenced with Rock's insidious exchange with Kanan, subtly validating his position as an inevitable criminal due to his family ties while ordering him to take out Howard. She wraps her plea with emotionalism, appealing to Kanan's never-ending desire to please his family and prove himself useful. As Howard would later state, under the threat of death, Rock is setting you up. She did indeed. WTF moment number 2, Lou's awakening. Lulu finally returns to the land of the living while recovering at the hospital, his Spicy right by his side. Though surely still in pain and looking for the remainder of his flock, Lou's return couldn't have happened at a better time for a war-bound Rock. His contributions will certainly be limited, but Rock could use all the help she can get. And WTF moment number 1, the sins of the father. Kanan, with the fully charged battery in his back, courtesy of Rock, meets up with Howard, donning unique signature jacket. After the road cops admitted loss for words, Kanan ups the bango on his biological father, the scene eerily playing out like Tariq's final showdown with the Ghost Man. Upon declaring his mom is setting him up, Kanan takes the shot that will forever change him once the truth is finally revealed. Some lingering thoughts before we end today's video. The title of this week's episode was Loyal to the End, and it mainly centers on Rock and Marvin's relationship in the midst of tragedy. Their family has been tested in the worst way, and how they come out on the other side will dictate their overall bond going forward. The introduction of the Thomas family matriarch subtly outlined this theme as well. Some of the largest grievances we possess are against the ones who claim to love us the most, or at least should display that love consistently. The sins of our forebears create the monsters within us all, and that blast from the past was meant to paint such a picture, as was Marvin and Juke's violent confrontation. Kanan's opening monologue about betrayal, cruise, and family foreshadowed Lil Rob's fate and the Thomases' reconciliation. Lil Rob violated the street code for the sake of his own interests and was dealt with accordingly. It really is a zero trust policy in the game. The attempted murder of Lulu reignited that suppressed inner savage within Rock's soul. This was partly due to her maternal duties to Kanan, but also because of her recent love affair with Symphony, which softened her to a degree. Under this context, you can understand why she went so hard on the former during their brief exchange. Rock is not in a position where love can prevail, and her heart can't be soft. Much to the contrary, Rock must be tougher than ever before, even if that means depriving herself of a good thing. That severance will potentially come back to bite her though, as all things we cut out often do. On the other hand, however, you can't help but feel for Symphony following Rock's scolding of him yet again. Could you imagine telling someone you love them just to have them throw said love in the dirt? Some of us don't have to imagine, I suppose. And Symphony won't be for much longer if Rock's pain and need to hold frame continues. It's a shame too, because he's much more of an asset to her than a liability, something I'll delve into further in a video to come. Marvin's character is arguably the most complex of this series, and those complexities were on full display during this 9th episode. He literally brought out your sympathy and rage all in a matter of minutes. One for how he's been castigated by his family up to this point, and the other for how he treated his daughter upon discovering her true nature. His resentment for Juke's mother, coupled with his disdain for her lifestyle, provided the perfect backdrop for his rage, something that'll surely be fleshed out more in Season 2, with the introduction of Juke's mom and his forthcoming anger management classes. Courses he's surely going to need once he comes back into contact with her. There are some striking parallels between Kanan's shooting of his father and Tariq's own removal of the Ghost Man. The idea that it was always going to happen this way, Kanan's spirit affirming such to Tariq, having lived it himself. More to come on this in a later vid. Among the many things Rock told Kanan prior to shooting Howard, one thing she left out was the truth about his parentage. I wonder if Kanan still pulls that trigger, understanding the depth of such an action. Literally killing the man who ushered you into this world, could this be the source of an irreconcilable conflict between the mother and son next season? I suppose we'll see. And lastly, assuming that Howard is DOA, I definitely called his demise earlier this week. We'll see if the desperate cop makes it through, something that'll be the foundation of major strife for Rock and her entire family in the next season. And that'll do it for this one. What were your thoughts on Loyal to the End? Be sure to drop them below in the comments. As always, I thank you for watching today's video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and drop $1 on that Cash App for us, hit the like button, share it with your friends who are Power fans, and subscribe for more content such as this. This is Rudy P. Magic of Rudy P. Magic Beats, and have a blessed one until the next one. Peace, y'all.